I'm wanting to call off my wedding because my fiance is a control freak.
Do it.
Background. I'm 32. She's 34. We're Catholic. She has 3 kids from a previous marriage. We were dating for about 8 months, then decided to get engaged because things were going well. 8 months to engagement is somewhat quick.
Fast.
I felt like she was my person. She felt the same. I did great with the kids. We were both only getting older. We're supposed to get married in December, but I don't want to anymore. By the way, this comes from Yep, You Got Me on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So I moved in about a month ago to save money in name of trying to pay off as much debt before the wedding so we can buy a house soon after. This is when everything changed. I feel for the worse. She instantly wanted a joint bank account. I didn't want to because I felt it'd turn into a control situation, and it has.
Oh, no.
When I told her I didn't want to, she said, well, maybe we shouldn't be getting married.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Maybe. She controls every bit of the money and everything else down to what I eat. You're hungry? Why don't you eat me? Is that not enough?
Yum. Yum.
Get down.
Yep.
Good boy.
You like duck sauce? Duck down and get you some.
I have to ask to spend $4 on medicine when I'm fighting a sinus infection.
Grow up. Eat a daffodil.
Eat a daffodil, dude. We aren't hurting for money. I make $75K after taxes. Backstory on my health. I have ulcerative colitis since I was 20. Had my colon removed when I was 25. I literally have to eat more than I used to because I don't absorb everything like a normal person.
But who was bro? Me?
That's true.
Jeez.
Golly.
She gets mad at how much I eat. I have to sneak food at work. I've tried to explain it to her, and so has her mom, but she doesn't get it still. She tells me I have to work at least 70 hours a week, Monday through Friday, and what I can on Saturday when we don't have the kids, so we have extra. So she's like, get the frickin' work.
Yikes.
Get the frickin' work. I don't spend money on anything. I use my personal money so I have the amount of food I need. This was a fight to get what food I do have for work. Why don't you just take back the bank account? Take back some power.
Yeah.
Say no.
Yep.
Come on.
Invest everything into a CD that's locked for 10 years and then be like, you want more money? Here you go.
Well, I guess it's and also it's so challenging because you're like you're newly married and everything.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to like be a good partner and be together, but it's like, but you wilding out.
Yeah,
So
dude.
what do I do?
I think it's finally gotten to that point where Opie's like, wait, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
This was a fight to get what food I do have for work. Proper nutrition and rest, which if I want to sleep in, I get fussed, are super important due to my health.
Mm-hmm.
I mistakenly take something that was for the kids. I get in big trouble, even if it just costs $1.
Daddy needs to eat.
Or even if I didn't take some leftovers to work that I try to leave for others so I'm not greedy. I get blamed for wasting food even though she didn't tell me to take it and has yelled at me for taking too much. So dang if I do, damned if I don't, right? She shows little to no affection. I work 12 hours on my short days, around 15 on my long days. I only have 1 or 2 short days a week. I'd like to feel wanted and desired when I come home. He wants to use that long days of his
And extend it.
that look.
You get nothing.
But I feel nothing. I don't ever get a hug, a kiss, or any kind of excitement when I get home after a long day. Some of the long days mean I don't see her for 2 to 3 days at a time. There's no sort of excitement. Just what more can you do around the house? Hell, I've even got in trouble for sitting down for 10 minutes when I get home one day because I need to use my time better. I take care of everything around the house, such as yard work, home repairs, doing everything else when no one feels like it. Heaven forbid me if I do one thing after a long day. Getting help from the kids is a chore. I'm feeling used And much like I'm just here to give money. Do as much as I can, and if I bring something up, it gets turned back on me. Am I crazy for not wanting to go through with this? We already had a talk about how I can't live like this, and it was good for a couple of days. Then back to the regularly scheduled program. I don't feel like anything will ever change, ever. When we had the talk, she straightened up, which is easy for her to do with the double spine a bit. But over the next few days, she made jokes about what I brought up. So I feel like it meant nothing to her at all. I don't know what to do.
I do.
What? Throw that back out?
Run away.
Run away.
Run away.
Sorry, run away. And we got another update. And actually, I want to pause right here and read Irish Gigs and kind of get like a feel from chat,
Yes.
feel from the comments, feel from you guys. Irish Gigs, people treat you the way you allow yourself to be treated. Next time she beaches at you about food, take her off your bank account. Tell her this is the result of her actions and run. What do we think about that, y'all?
I like the philosophy here of like actions have direct consequences, where it's like, hey, you do this crazy manipulative controlling thing again, then Y happens, consequence happens. But I think we're already at the point where OP can rather just go and be like, hey, listen, here's the like the laundry list of things that you've done to me. Ergo, it's his own account, right? Like,
yeah. I think something, so everyone's just, Nicole H says, pre-divorce, Artemis Fain says, just leave her. I think in a situation like this, when you have a partner that's so controlling, and when you ask for what you need and the partner, eases out for a day and then just starts controlling again, I think the only thing that can reset a dynamic, if you're trying to save any kind of dynamic, is separation, right? Like, I think she needs to know that you're not a bank account. So like cut her off and make her know what it looks like to like, I guess, live maybe with her own resources. And I think you need to understand what it looks like for you to live for yourself, because I think you've only ever lived through her eyes of what you need to do for her and your family, and you've never known what it looks like to live for you. So I think like separation, therapy, and then potentially like you might need a divorce. You might like this is deep rooted. I don't know if this is something that is going to change easily. But yeah, I'm curious what if you guys have anything to add there.
I feel like OP literally cannot operate as like a functioning human properly because he's literally like,
he's being suffocated.
I can't even like get food to nourish myself to work these 70-hour work weeks you're demanding.
He literally makes no decisions for himself. He literally makes no decisions for himself, and he's like, why am I so unhappy? But he makes no decisions. Of course he's going to be unhappy.
Yeah.
He is completely subjugated to this woman's will.
Yeah.
Clark says it's not easy to leave. Stuff like this happens slowly. It feels normal eventually. And you know what's great about places like Reddit is, yes, agreed. Often people get caught in these terrible situations because they don't advocate for themselves when the initial transgression happens, and then these transgressions build up and build up and build up, and then they're 5 years into a relationship being like, how did I get into something this abusive? How did I get into a place where I forgot how I deserve to be treated? Completely agree. But I think something that's beautiful about Reddit, something that's beautiful about writing in general, when you just put it out all in front of yourself and the world, is finally maybe you get those rose-colored glasses off, and then that's where the real work can start, right? And I think this is what OP is doing right here, is the first step towards real work. Sassy Sin says, does OP realize he's being abused? I think probably realizing it right now.
And that's on period.
That's on period. But we got another update.
Let's go.
We had an additional talk. Oh, and some of y'all stated that she will say what I want to hear. And then it goes back to the same old crap. And you were 100% right.
Boom.
I've been playing the game and seeing her responses on things. She flips the responses to seemingly being different than they were when she really is just saying the same thing. For example, I explained that I was still hungry after dinner, and she said, word for word, I think you should just focus on not being hungry. Then you won't want to eat. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, stop being so fat and
Do you ever think
that.
about you should just manifest food into your stomach with your telepathic food creating thought waves? Have you ever thought about
Your attitude is your reality. You know?
It's like, my attitude is I'm starving.
Just meditate abundance. You know, I think if you just meditate on abundance, if you manifest abundance, an abundance in your belly, you will not be at all.
If I can meditate a full body O, can I not meditate a full stomach?
Oh,
It's possible. It's stoppable. It's possible. It's possible. So I just grabbed the water and went about my business. Man needs to just eat, bro.
Please.
F this girl.
Yes.
Just eat. He says, like, are you kidding me internally? But he just has a water and doesn't eat. Like, she's starving him.
Really bad. Really, 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 really bad.
Right after we had the discussion about my body and my condition. Anyway, I've got a plan together. I won't be able to enact this plan till Friday next week. The car we got is in both of our names, but I'm only on the loan as a cosigner. So I'm getting a rental because I can afford it when some psycho isn't corn rolling my money. I've never heard that phrase.
Roll the corn.
Roll that corn. And I'm loading everything I can in there into the car and heading out of town while she's at work. I'll be going to my parents in the next state over. She won't be able to find me, which is good. I'm so getting a new phone and number before I head out of town. I've got my direct deposit changed, new bank account, and while I'm at work, I'm calling to get her off my credit card and everything. I'm waiting for the payment to post to the card from our joint account, well, sometime next week, so I'm not stuck with the balance that's on there. I'm also pulling what money is rightfully mine out of the account before I leave and then taking my name off of it. There's a significant amount in there. I'm cutting my losses on what I've already paid towards the wedding and everything else. I don't want that money to taint my new money. I'm expecting her to freak the heck out and blow my phone up, but I don't care.
There we go.
Just getting my plan together has been so liberating. On my way to my parents, I'm meeting a really good friend of mine who's been here through this whole process. I'm meeting them for lunch. Then on to my parents. I haven't even told my parents yet, so they don't know. I've got all these crazy ideas of things I want to do and will finally be able to do once I'm out, and it feels so dang good. I can't wait. I don't know if I'm more anxious to get back to who I was or more anxious about her reaction. Either way, I don't care. I have to go. So now OP has a plan.
Yes.
He's exiting the relationship.
Yes.
And we do have another update.
Yes. Baby.
So what do we think about this plan? Are any of these kids his?
they're not married yet.
This is true. They are not.
Yeah, she has
married yet.
3 kids from a previous marriage.
Aha.
We're dating 8 months and we got engaged. So
Yes.
these 3 kids are not his, to be clear.
Perfect. I am seeing, we talked about earlier about, there's the rose tinted glasses and everything. The glasses have come off, and now he is seeing everything for what it is. And not only is he seeing it, he's acting on it and standing on business and putting himself in a position to live a fruitful life once again.
And that is hard. Something
Yes.
I was talking to a friend who's trying to exit an abusive relationship right now, right? And we're talking about this idea of like, you don't often find yourself in an abusive relationship because everything is bad, Like when you look at that relationship, there's a reason you stayed in it, right? There's comfort. There is love. You might actually really love that person, But that's not what makes it abusive. An abusive is the polarity of the love with that evil, that control, that person or that side of the person that wants to hurt. And with OP leaving, like there's a reason that he's there. It's not like all bad. There probably is a reason that he has stayed in that relationship so long. So I just want to like laud OP, because when you leave a situation like this, you're not only leaving all of the bad and hard stuff, you're also leaving all of the good stuff, the stuff that makes you feel safe, the stuff of like, maybe it feels good to be a stepdad to these 3 kids. Like this is like, maybe that's something that he enjoys and feels a lot of purpose out of, right? And I really think like what we like need to laud OP for and recognize is like, it is hard to leave an abusive relationship because you're leaving some parts that are actually good, which is like it's kind of like a weird paradox of abuse.
Totally. I mean, even the bad stuff can feel like quote unquote comfortable or quote unquote the normal, and just leaving, big change. Humans are often, averse to big changes. So not only is some of the good stuff maybe like the normal and the comfort zone, but even the abusive parts and negative parts can be that. So very, very, very much should be applauded for taking his life into his own hands and doing the dang thing. Freaking beautiful to see.
And I also recognize that is not always the case. Nikki Wolf says, "No, Sam, I stayed out of fear of what he'd do when I left. I went into hiding until he was served with the restraining order and 3-day eviction notice. I had 2 male friends sleeping on my couch for months." You're totally right, Nikki Wolf.
Safety always first.
Yeah, safety always first. And obviously not every situation is an absolute. I think, some people stay out of comfort. Some people stay out of fear. People are not a monolith. And Nikki, that is a wonderful reminder. So thank you for sharing your take.
1000%.
But we got an update.
Oh God.
So, update 2. A few have already asked for updates. So here goes something. All good news.
Oh.
Okay. So I am out and free, and I feel great.
Woo!
I left early in the morning with as much stuff as I could. I went to the next town over and sat in the parking lot waiting for the rental place to open so she wouldn't have the chance of browsing around town before work and find me. Before I got the rental, I got all my money out as well. After getting the rental, I went back to the house, got more stuff. She had, I guess, gotten the hint and locked me out of the house, but I got all the important, expensive stuff, so that's good. I went back to the bank and got a printout of all the transactions from the joint account, and I was immediately pissed off. I had asked for medicine, but there were so many Amazon charges, going out to eat, transfer the money to different accounts and everything, but I had to ask to spend $4 on medicine for a sinus infection. So she's spending all this money every which way, but he had to ask for $4. It looks like she was transferring money, so I couldn't track it all. I gave the printout to a friend so she can get me a spreadsheet together to track everything easier. While driving down to my parents, 4 hours from where I live, I was able to get all my passwords to every account, reset, and removed her as an authorized user on everything.
Boom.
Also, before leaving, I got a new account/debit card and switched all that over. After meeting with my parents, I went to an old friend's, someone I've known for 10 plus years, but hadn't seen in 2. Her mom made me a heck of a meal fit for a king. We later went axe throwing and had a good time. I spent the night there, and her mom made me a really good breakfast. Her family is such a good family, and they consider me a son, so they were happy to have me over. Her mom asked if I just need a key to the house. This morning, I drove back to my parents, and we went to the flea market, and I was able to spend money on whatever I felt like.
Yes.
And it felt so good. This is the life I want to live, not a life constrained by a crazy person. I feel great. I'm doing great. Leading up to leaving, I was getting super anxious about it and having trouble sleeping. Hell, I saw my ex Monday and some Tuesday, but because of my schedule, didn't see her for 3 days. No, I miss you. No, nothing. Just messages asking me to do things. Also, on the way down, She didn't try to contact me at all. I left Messenger open and will until everything is buttoned up, but everyone else is blocked on everything. She did try to contact my parents, but they didn't answer, thankfully.
Good.
I've got quite the road ahead of me to get where I want to, but it'll be an easier road to travel than what I was doing. I've already contacted a flight school and will be enrolling to get my private pilot's license in the next few months.
I love how he's literally spreading his wings and learning to fly
Literally.
metaphorically and literally.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Wow.
That's beautiful. And also, just a short tangent. If you're feeling like down or sad or you need a new beginning, learn a new skill. And like private pilot license, that's expensive, but there's plenty of stuff that you can pick up and learn that is free and easy to get a hold of the materials. All you need is YouTube. YouTube can teach you so much.
YouTube University, baby.
YouTube University, learn to knit, learn to do like yoga, like that. There is nothing that is more of a cure for a soul than learning something new. And I think OP has gone into that fully.
I love it.
I can't wait. It's been a huge dream of mine since I was little. And if it's been a huge dream of yours to spend time with us, you should join us live on YouTube every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Also, you can join us on Facebook. Just tap our profile. There's another relevant update. But John, anything to add on this man's journey?
I mean, this is what we love to see. This is a guy who realized he was being controlled to a insane degree.
Insane.
And, was able to thankfully see it for what it was, create a plan for himself and get out of there. And now he is absolutely reaping the rewards. And I think that he has the all the tools and mindset to build an amazing, fruitful life for himself. And I can't remember who commented it, but somebody said, he's going to get super rich and she's going to be freaking pissed. And I'm like, yeah, he's going to be like a freaking rich, sexy plane pilot. And he's like, sorry, I'm going to be jetting off to Greece. Sorry, babes, I can't respond to you anymore because I got to visit my fat stacks of offshore accounts. That's me as
a pilot. Yeah, dude, I honestly think that's what happens when you live your best, most authentic life is usually good stuff. The universe wants you to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
So go out and freaking do stuff.
Go get it, baby.
But we got a little bit more of this story, so we're going to close out with that. So This has been the best thing I've ever done for myself and my well-being. Looking forward to see where things go and where I can take it. Thank you guys again for the sound advice. Only thing I have left to button up is the vehicle we bought, but I ran out of time. I've got a meeting with a lawyer next week to get it taken care of. Much love to y'all. But yeah, that's that story. But we got another story for y'all coming fresh off the press.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, I really love how OP is just investing in their interest in future.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what you should do, getting out of a horrendous relationship like the one that OP is in. He's investing in himself. He's literally just leveling up so much. It is a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah,
Indeed.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yes.
Let's hit it.
Let's get it.
Another story for you in this episode. All right. So I cheated on my fiance at my bachelorette party.
You don't.
You don't. Yeah. Don't.
Not I do.
Don't.
You don't.
You don't.
That was good.
That was good. Hey, one way to say I objected to marriage. So I don't even know why I'm writing this here. Everyone is going to say it's rage bait and I'll get banned. I just did the worst thing that I could possibly do. And I just want to confess to everyone, but I can't. I know for a fact that the most important relationship of my life will be ruined. Oh my God. By the way, this comes from Throw Away I Am Terrible on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So my fiance, Alex, fake name, male 32, and I, female 28, have been together for 4 years and we're supposed to get married on the 28th of December, which is coming up.
Oh, you're right.
We had our bachelor/bachelorette parties last weekend because everyone was in town for the holiday. That's why we're having the wedding on the 28th. Everyone will be here anyway for the holiday, so coming to the wedding won't be a big thing. Alex is everything I want in a man. Editor's note, at first she wrote, Jake is everything I want in a man. She edited it once the comments pointed it out. He's kind. He's funny and charming. He's tall and handsome.
Ooh.
He's helpful. He's a leader. He's successful at his work with a great future. He's really thoughtful. One time we were shopping and I looked at a butterfly decoration just in passing, and later on I got it for my birthday. Oh,
That's professional at work.
that's
a
freaking
professional at
boyfriend material. That's marriage material right there.
Oh yeah, wife him up.
Yo, wife that. Yeah, but
Or
you know,
maybe you
maybe you should. Maybe you
anymore.
specifically, OP, shouldn't. But
Ooh.
let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So, he remembered that I liked it and went back and bought it for me and surprised me with it.
Oh.
Our spicy sleep life, it's very satisfying to me.
Oh.
And I think to him as well. He's not perfect, of course, and we have our disagreements like any other couple, but we're great together. I feel safe and loved with him. When we first got together, the subject of our past partners came up. I didn't have a lot of past partners as all my relationships were long-term. I had 3 boyfriends before Alex. The previous one was Jake, fake name. Jake was gorgeous. He had a very magnetic personality and always dominated whatever room he walked into.
Oh God.
I felt so lucky when he chose me to be his girlfriend. We had a very intense physical connection that I sort of lost myself in. In every other way, though, Jake was terrible. He cheated on me. He stood me up on multiple occasions.
Ooh.
He forgot important events like my birthday and my best friend's engagement party. And I finally broke up with him. He didn't seem to really care about it, though, which hurts.
Oh.
He just ghosted me when I said enough.
Wow.
Okay. Jake, no good. But
Not
hey,
great.
at least we got the new guy.
Yeah.
The reason I mentioned this is because I told Alex about Jake. Alex is good guy. Jake is bad guy.
Yes.
At first, he didn't connect the dots, but when I described Jake, he asked me if it was Jake last name.
Jake last name?
I said, how do you know? And he told me that Jake had stolen his girlfriend from high school when they were all freshmen in college.
You're joking.
It really hurt Alex as he thought he would marry this girl. Jake later
No.
dumped her. And she tried to get back with Alex, but Alex rejected her, telling me that she was disgusting. So basically, Alex dating this girl that he thought he would marry.
Mhm.
Jake steals girl, then breaks up with girl. Girl goes back to Alex.
Crawling
Alex is
back.
like, nah.
I don't want it. Whew.
Not a poop. I'm not number 2.
Alex was quiet around me for a few days after that, but he came around, thankfully. During my Bachelorette party last weekend, one of my bridesmaids, Claire, fake name, invited a bunch of old friend groups to the Airbnb we were renting as a surprise. I thought they had all moved away, but they showed up, and yes, you guessed it, Jake was there.
Dang, bro called it. Bro called it.
Oh no.
Bro called it. Do we even need to read this story?
Oh,
We already know
man,
what's about to happen.
My heart is already hurting. My heart is already hurting.
OP.
I was pretty drunk, but I can't say I didn't know what I was doing. Jake was still really good looking, and he talked to me that night.
Oh, God.
He only flirted with me and no one else.
I bet.
He was charming,
Professional.
and my inhibitions were down. And we eventually went to a bedroom, and we had spicy sleep.
There it is.
Oh,
God. Dang,
Oh.
dude.
Jake.
You have
Jake.
to tell your.
Jake OP.
You have
yeah.
to tell Alex.
You got to tell Alex.
yeah.
Oh, dude, Alex is going to be
Yeah,
freaking
Tell Jake to
broken.
leave the country and then tell Alex.
Like
broken.
he
Oh.
already the cheating is going to break his heart, but the fact that it was this guy, bro, what did Alex do to you, Jake? How did Alex hurt you, my friend?
Oh.
Because this is just unfathomable evilness.
Yeah, dude.
Unfathomable.
Oh, man. Oh, I hate this.
Caro says cousin to Jim Veins.
Yeah, you remember Jim Veins?
I don't, but
What? Remember the girl was always going to the gym to hook up with this guy. We named him Jim Veins.
oh, because of all the veins in his many
and
areas.
gymming he's doing. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Mr. Jim Veins.
Forgot about that guy.
Ezekiel says it gets worse, guys. Ah!
Ezekiel, no.
Ezekiel, no.
Chat, no.
This is a combo 14. This is a combo
Oh, most
14
definitely.
for frickin' Jake. And OP. OP is number 14, Brittany ICU Lynn. The next morning I was mortified. I told Jake that it meant nothing and he needed to leave and not get in contact with me again. Jake told me that he changed
Don't look like it.
and was a serious person and serious about me.
Yo.
Ugh.
All right. If OP's just looking out for herself and also looking to be as honest as possible, tell Alex he doesn't want anything to do with you. Get with Jake. And then Jake's just going to break up with you.
Yeah. Remember?
And he's going to run his
Yeah.
whole play
He's
back
gonna
on
run his play.
He
This is
has
what he does.
the Jake Satan special. He's
Oh,
just
God.
he's just got it. Like he can just pull it out anytime. No pun intended.
All right. I told him to go and to please just shut up and leave. He seemed sad, but he left. I made sure to make him swear to forget about it all, and he did swear. I told Claire to keep quiet about it and to not tell anyone about Jake. Bad. She was the only one who really knew about our past relationship as she was part of our friend group. She agreed and said it was no big deal and it was just one last fling before marriage. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that that is like a thing. I think she was the only one who saw us go back to the bedroom, but I can't be sure. All I know is that Jake and I were the least drunk people there, and we were all pretty drunk.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, it's been eating at me all the time. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I'm afraid my wedding dress will be too big for me because I have this fear in the pit of my stomach and I throw up when I think about Jake and what I did, which is all the time. I think about it all the time. Good. Good.
I mean,
I have to confess to someone. So I think a bunch of internet strangers is the easiest way to do it. No, confess to Alex. I know I'm terrible. I know I effed this up. I can't lose Alex. Why didn't I think of him when I was there last Saturday? Why didn't I consider Alex? I'm such an effing idiot. He's the best thing that ever happened to me, and Jake is the worst. Alex has noticed the change in my attitude. I lied to him again and told him that I think I'm coming down with the flu and that he should stay away for a few days. Meanwhile, I'm crying my eyes out in bed, and Alex is being his usual great self and bringing me homemade chicken noodle soup his mom made. I can't tell him, but I can't stand this. Does it go away over time?
that's not the right
I don't know.
question.
Can
to
you
be
live with
asking.
yourself? Yeah, I don't. It is not definitely not the right question. Feel free to demean me. I deserve it. It's not fake. It's not rage bait. I honestly wish it was. I wish this was just a nightmare. FML. And there is an update. Don't look. Don't look. There is an update. There is an update. But before we get into this update,
Yes.
what should OP do? And what do you think OP will do?
I mean, you just have to tell him. Like even in your logic, if you're like, oh well, I don't want to tell him and hurt him and everything else. Look at how your body is physically reacting.
Yeah.
There's
Listen to your body.
yeah, your body is telling you like
Maybe listening to her
I am-
body is what got her into this situation,
Oh.
actually.
God. But like your body is literally has this like sickness. It's literally think about it. It's like sitting in your stomach, and it's like you have to like get it out. You have to expel this secret demon from your body, and just tell him and be like, listen, I just need to tell you right now, and you know you can't know what's gonna happen after that or anything, but you just got to tell him that's.
I feel like living with the lie is worse than living with the consequences of the truth.
Indeed. Well said. Well said.
But we got an update. I don't know. Look at it. Ah! So, update.
Yep.
Alex found out,
Oh.
and he is done with me.
I mean, of course.
Of course.
You cannot blame.
Expected.
He got the same play run on him twice.
Dude, I would feel like the biggest chump in the world if I was Alex. Like, it's not his fault at all. But if I was Alex, I would be like, I would feel so cucked.
Yeah.
I would feel so emasculated. Oh, which is totally like Alex shouldn't. It's totally not on Alex. But damn,
Yeah.
would I feel like a piece of shit?
And you know what's going to happen? Alex is going to change his name, grow a beard, shave his head, move to Alaska. 10 years later, find a beautiful girl. And then the night before, she's like, oh, I just reached out to somebody. He's like, oh, who? Jack or Jake. Jake who?
Jake last name.
Oh
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Yeah.
What would kill me on the inside is all the sweet things I did with her throughout the relationship, like cooking chicken noodle soup, getting that present
Right.
that I saw. Like that's what would get to me. Is like
He's
I
a
wasted
perfect
that.
boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend.
Bro.
I mean, let's just send OP to the sun. Why not? OP to the sun.
I wanted to update everyone who read my original post, even though it's humiliating and painful. The truth is out. Alex knows. And the consequences have been worse than I could have imagined. I have no one to blame but myself. Thursday evening, Alex did not come home after work. I thought maybe he was staying late, but around 9 p.m., I got a text from him. It was a photo of me and Jake kissing at my bachelorette party.
Oh man.
That's
Also,
a mic
OP chat has voted OP is the bigger a-hole over Jake, 96% to 4%.
drop. Yeah.
No words in that text, just the photo. I panicked and immediately texted Claire asking if she told Alex. She replied that he deserved to know the truth.
Okay.
Wait, is this the same friend
Yeah.
that was like, oh, it's a one last fling?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think OP just said that in her head, and Claire really didn't say it, and she just wanted Claire to be on her side so she could calm her mind.
Low key though, Claire, it's like, yo, where was this energy in the beginning?
Yeah.
Like,
you should have
why the
invited
switch up?
Jake.
Why'd you invite Jake? Why did you?
She wants Alex. Just saw it as Riley hit the conspiracy.
Dude.
Claire wants Alex.
Hey, yo.
Oh my god.
That would be crazy.
Yo, that's some 4D chess.
You know what I want to know? I want to be there at the bachelorette party. Who was pushing them both drinks? Was Claire like, here, have another one. Have a shot with me, girl. Da-da-da-da. That would be the telling tale.
Dude, you could actually
You're
be 100%
on to
right.
something.
You could be 100% right, my friend.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And then, no, babe, it's okay. You deserve a one-time fling. It'll be all right.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I don't think she did it to be malicious. Maybe she was just feeling guilty herself. But at the moment, I was freaking out. I started spamming Alex's phone with calls and texts, begging him to talk to me. He left me on red. Then I logged into social media and saw that Alex had posted that our wedding was canceled because the woman I thought I was marrying turned out to be someone I didn't know.
Who is she?
People started calling and messaging me, asking me what was going on. I didn't know what to say. I panicked and lied, telling them we had a huge argument, but that we were working it out. Meanwhile, Alex was replying to comments under his post saying things like, she knows what she did, and there's nothing left to say.
It's almost even more of a nice knife twist that he's being like, still being classy enough to not like totally put her on blast for exactly what she did. And it's like, bro, he's still being like a gentleman in the end of like not even full. He could just post the photo being like wedding canceled. How hard would that be,
That's
bro?
a freaking thumbnail.
That is freaking bars. But he doesn't even do that.
Ooh.
Classy Alex. Classy Alex. Friday night, Jake showed up at my apartment. He said he was sorry, claimed he didn't know Alex was my fiance, and tried to explain himself.
Whoa, you got invited to a bachelorette party, my dude. Doesn't matter if it's Alex, doesn't matter who it is. It's a bachelorette party.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, oh, that Alex?
Oh, no. Also, people have social media. Shut the F up.
You know what he said? He said, Alex last name?
He's like, usually when I hook up with people's fiancés, I only do it once. I don't target the same guy twice.
Oh my gosh.
I told him it didn't matter. What we did ruined the best thing in my life, and I wanted Jake gone. I told him to leave and not come back. He tried to linger, saying something about how we could figure this out. But I slammed the door on him. He makes my skin crawl. You should make your own skin crawl, girl.
Low keto.
Low keto. Oh.
Low keto.
Then, on Saturday morning, the hammer dropped.
What? The hammer hasn't dropped already?
No, this is...
What more hammer is there to drop?
Those were the nails. We got
more?
We got a freaking hammer about to drop.
Where?
On Saturday morning, the hammer dropped. Alex's older brother, Mark, showed up with two of Alex's groomsmen. They knocked, came in, and started packing up Alex's things, his clothes, his personal items, even some of his furniture that belonged to him. I tried to talk to them, begging them to tell me where Alex was or how I could reach them or how I could reach him, but they just ignored me or told me they didn't know where he was, which was probably a lie.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you even deserve
I mean,
the
you would
truth?
know. You would know what a lie was, girl. Hey,
Takes one to know one.
Mark kept repeating that there was nothing to talk about. When they were done, Mark told me that Alex wanted me to keep the engagement ring.
I'm sorry, but this man, that is so wow.
Man, when she goes low, he goes high.
He soars into the heavens.
He soars into the eagle's nest.
But what I have never seen killing them with this is truly murder with kindness.
Yeah, this is like stabbing Caesar 1,000 times in the back with kindness, like at two brute.
Glorious back shots, man.
Wow.
Glorious back shots. Yeah. So when they were done, Mark told me that Alex wanted me to keep the engagement ring. He said Alex didn't want it back because he had no use for it, and selling it wouldn't make up for what had happened. He also told me Alex would be sending a check to cover my share of the canceled wedding costs, that his half of the lease was paid for. I begged Mark to at least put Alex on the phone with me, and that he deserved some kind of closure by yelling at me, and I'd at least be able to apologize where he could hear my voice. He just said Alex has all the closure he needs and to stop contacting him and just leave him alone. And I've done enough.
I mean,
Ooh.
again, because literally once again, she's like, let me just contact him so, he can, get his frustration out. No. That's what you
that's what
want
you
the
want.
closure. He's like, I want to be done. I want to move on and not have to think about you again. And that's only going to make it where he doesn't want it. He would have called you if he wanted that.
Mark used to be so kind to me, like a big brother. He was excited about the wedding, calling himself the future crazy uncle. Now he was cold and distant, talking like I was a stranger. That was when it really hit me. Alex was gone, and my life was gone too. I can't afford to stay in that apartment. Alex paid the rent and utilities while I handled the groceries, cooking, and chores. I don't make enough as a personal trainer to cover everything on my own. And I let my certifications lapse months ago because we planned on me being a traditional stay-at-home wife and mother after the wedding, which is something I really wanted. I've started packing my things and will be moving back in with my parents. I haven't told them the full story yet, but I know the full conversation is coming, and it's going to be excruciating. My friends are avoiding me too. Some have unfollowed me on social media and Claire hasn't responded to any of the messages since she told Alex. I don't even know how to begin rebuilding my life from this. I honestly think you just move to a new city or something, or like new country.
Yeah, you gotta.
You gotta start from zero.
Yeah, go
Start
personal
from
train in
zero.
Bali.
Yeah, change your name. No, like honestly, that's not a bad idea. I think you need.
Yeah.
I really do think like okay, like as much as this person sucks,
Yeah.
I think it's important. Like you can start anew.
What do we do from here?
What we
What's
do from
happened
here,
has happened.
Yep, you've
Damage control.
royally messed up. But hey, we are all human. Some of us mess up worse than others, but we can start a new life. I think Riley's right. Personal train in Bali. Get some clients remote, over here. US dollar arbitrage in Bali, and then, live in like a little small thing.
Yep.
Personal train over there too.
And then work your way up to be trad wife for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, just literally just work on being a better person. It's like, all right, I've already done all of this effed up stuff. I literally can't change that. All I can do is, be a better person. And
Yeah.
that's it. All you can do.
We're not here to crucify. We're just here to make you better.
Indeed.
And
indeed.
It's here to crucify.
yeah,
We're
chat's here
make
to
you better.
crucify, and then we help you get better.
We're here to watch we're on the sidelines.
Yeah,
With their
and then we'll
pitchforks.
take you down off the crucifixion, bury you for 3 days, and then you'll come out new, shiny, and improved.
There we go.
So, I don't even know how to begin rebuilding my life from this. I've lost everything that mattered to me because of one selfish, stupid decision. Alex was my rock, my future, and the best thing that ever happened to me, and I threw it all away for nothing. I betrayed him in the worst way possible, and I'll have to live with that for the rest of my life. He won't even talk to me. It's driving me crazy that I can't at least apologize to him in person. To Michael, real name, I know you'll never see this. I'm sorry.
Wait, she even used his real name.
His real name.
Dude.
I know my apology means nothing, but I'll regret what I did for the rest of my life. You deserved so much better, and I failed you in every way that mattered. I know that when I'm old and gray, even if I find someone else, you'll always be in my heart. No, say that you're going to die alone in this scenario, Say that you'll die alone.
Yeah.
I love you to the moon and back, and I don't think I'll ever be able to love someone else the way I loved you. There will always be some part of me that's always yours.
You.
And if you want some part of us to always be with you, you should join us live on YouTube and Facebook every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. We're probably live right now. Just tap our profile. There's a little bit more to this story.
Yeah.
Another relevant update. But what do you think about this girl, this little Scarlet Witch dishing, like using this guy's real name on Reddit and like apologizing publicly?
Like you said, it's killing me that she is like, oh, I'm gonna find someone else. She's like, her whole life is in shambles, but she's like, I'm gonna be with someone else, but
Yeah.
I just won't love you the
That
same.
rubbed me the wrong way. Don't talk about this other guy while you're
Yeah,
apologizing.
moving on already, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on already. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's just like pretty clear that she doesn't get it.
Yeah,
And,
she doesn't get it. That's for sure.
Like, I would have accepted like, hey guys, I might, not understand what the best thing to do here is. So could I we're here, we're writing these posts. What do people say? Can I get some advice on what you think would be best? Yet she just continues to choose to, for instance, ask the brother, like, hey, please, like, let me get on the phone with him. Like, let me just, have some closure. And the brother correctly says, you want the closure, not him. She keeps making mistake after mistake, selfishly.
And also this like whole Reddit apology, that's not for him. That's for
yeah.
her.
Yes.
Also, by using his real name, that's not for him. That might be embarrassing for him.
Yeah.
For his real name to be out there in the world.
Come
Nikki
on.
Bordeaux says the whole story has been about her, how she's feeling, how she's losing out, how she's got to move. Yeah, she doesn't get it. I think with time, maybe she will. But in this
Yeah.
post, you can obviously see that she has not seen it,
Yeah.
not gotten it. But we got a little bit more to this story before we
Golly.
close out. So
And our misery.
now I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces. My life as I knew it is gone. I have no one to blame but myself. Stop messaging me. I'm not reading them anyway. I've lost everything. There's no way you can make me feel worse than I already do. I'm barely hanging on the will to live here. Relevant comments. The more I read, the more I liked her ex. The guy gets his closure by giving her none. That's a straight baller move.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
joke teeth. I totally get why your friends kind of left you. If my best friend cheats on her boyfriend or fiance, I'm going to question what she possibly can do behind my back because I see being in a relationship as a big commitment, like we are dating to get married. And if she cheats on her boyfriend, what is she going to me then? They are totally right for distancing themselves from you. Another person says, Claire set it up, but OP effed it up. Claire's not to blame. I can't feel any empathy. You consistently made bad choices, only cared about yourself in the moment while you're making them. You had no regard for anyone else or how those choices would fall back on you. They have now, and you've gotten the exact treatment you deserve for doing what you did. I'm glad he found out before the wedding happened. He deserves better than to have to marry a cheater who wasn't thinking about him at all when she did what she did. And then another person says, pieces of poop don't get closure. They get flushed.
Ha 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 ha.
And that is where that story and this
Wow.
episode ends.
Wow.
Wow.
What a story, guys.
Yeah, that was great.
What a story, fellas. It's so rare that we get a story from the POV of like, yo, guys,
The
I'm
obvious
the one that,
wrongdoer.
yeah, the clear, I did the big F up. This is me, first person POV sharing. It's so often it's about, the other person, so just what a crazy series of events.
Yeah, man. Hopefully OP actually learns from this mistake. I
Right.
don't think
What's
we've
the moral of the
seen her
story?
learning yet, but hopefully she learns. Have your wits about you. Don't
Guys.
drink as much, as just like keep your wits. I think, we all make bad decisions when we drink. So try to be better about that. Make sure, I guess, your friends are creating an environment where you're not likely to cheat. Don't invite exes to a bachelorette party. That's a
Yeah.
terrible move. And also don't hook up with your exes.
Yep.
Guys.
Especially like
While
don't
you're
hook up
getting
with people
bridal
that
shower.
your fiance has a vendetta against too.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude.
oh.
Yeah, I never thought, even on this show, we would have to give the advice, hey, don't sleep with your ex on your bridal shower. I didn't think
who
that
also
was
stole your other girl.
I didn't think that was advice we would have to give, but yet here we have
Here we
found
are.
ourselves gentlemen.
Here we are.
Wow.
But if we're not going to do it, who else is?
That's
You
right.
know?
Who else?
Sometimes duty calls.
Sometimes the duty calls and you need to flush it so it can't get no closure.
But let me know if you disagree with anything we've said. Let me know if you think we could have provided a more balanced opinion. Always want to hear from our awesome community.
Talk about it.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And
and
see
see
you
you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.